So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Father's Little Dividend, 1951. This is a sequel to the one I just watched, which was Father of the Bride, the original. I haven't seen the remake with Steve Martin. Which came out in 1991. I was just checking because I don't want to get my years wrong. I've been known to do that, and Karate Man has been known to correct me. 3 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it about the same as the original, but I thought Spencer Tracy was actually funnier in this one. Not so much Joan Bennett. In the original, I thought Joan Bennett was funnier, but I didn't know Spencer Tracy had it in to crack some funny jokes. Maybe he did in the first one, and I just forgot. But who's in the chat room? Is that you, Cordy, man? It's only 12:52 in San Francisco. Yeah, it is Karate Man. I knew it. Usually pops in around this time. Karate Mate. Hiya! I don't know karate, but I know judo. Let's see what I got coming down the pike. Karate Man in the chat room, ladies and gentlemen. I saw the one next to the... what are these things up here? The two shoulders, head and shoulders. I saw the one next to it, and I said, "Oh, that's Karate Man. Can't be my son." I'm almost done with get through Flying Deuce's Slaughter and Karate Man recommendation today. Believe it or not, it's been forever since I did a Karate Man recommendation. I can't remember the name of it, though. Oh, it's called Deadly Bet, 1992. Maybe I'll get to that one today. I might be able to do 4. Look at my Netflix queue, and what have I got coming down the pike? I've got Fort Apache, G-Men, and Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Fort Apache, 1948. G-Men, 1935. Well, Fort Apache is 2 hours and 8 minutes. What is that? And then Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 1956, the original. So that's what's coming from Netflix next week, I think. Golden Gate Bridge. Well, I drive past it. I drive over it when I'm delivering groceries. Matter of fact, I was in Marin. What was that? That was Sunday morning, right? Yeah, I drove across Golden Gate Bridge twice because my GPS, what's it called? I forget the name of my GPS, but the app that I was using on my phone took me to the same stop twice. And it did that when I was in San Jose last night, too. Chicago? I've been there before. It was cold. It was cold. I went there around Thanksgiving time because it was where the Amtrak train stopped on the way from Michigan when I was going to college at Hillsdale College in Michigan, which was a conservative college. I went there for one semester. And so I'm heading back to Southern California, and it's 40 below zero. And I start thinking, man, I can't wait to get to California. The wind chill is like 40 below zero there. You can't walk outside for more than a couple hours. You're just going to freeze to death. I had my furry hat at that time because I was going to college in Michigan. There was like 8 feet of snow. It was crazy. But I'm sure it's much worse in Canada. Barry J. Gillis, the movie director, used to tell me Canada was colder than San Francisco. I said, I don't think you've been to San Francisco before. It can get pretty cold here. But they got a crazy mayor there now. Life, she's completely out of her mind. It's changed so much since the early 90s, I'm sure. You want to go to Chicago? Okay. You better go during the summertime. Like maybe around May or so. Oh, you want to travel here? Really? Okay. There's a lot of sights to see in the United States. There's a lot of different landscapes, I guess you could say. Different landscapes to look at here in the United States. That's the only thing to like about it, especially here in California, the nice weather. But I want to move to Wyoming, next to the natural springs, so that it's 70 degrees all year long. Oh, you like Las Vegas? Cool. I had my first honeymoon in Las Vegas. It was fun. That was back when you could smoke cigarettes inside the casino. I don't know if you can still do that. But it was hot, man. People on the Strip get dehydrated quite a bit because it gets to be like 120 in Las Vegas. People walking up and down the Strip in that heat. It was fun, I guess. It was a fun honeymoon. I enjoyed it. Got to sleep in and watch these. I stayed at the Excalibur Hotel, so the mobster casinos. I stayed at the Excalibur Casino Hotel, which they had this King Arthur kind of ceremony where you have to eat with your fingers. They don't give you any utensils. They wanted you to eat like King Arthur or something. I don't know. And then we went to the Elvis Museum in Las Vegas. My ex-wife, my first wife, got a kick out of that Elvis Museum, especially the picture of Nixon and Elvis together when he was high as a kite. He just waltzed into the White House with a gun. Elvis. There's a story behind that. But I guess Elvis tore up the Las Vegas circuit during the 70s. All these little old ladies remembered what he looked like in the 50s when they saw his face. They were looking at his belly. They were just looking at his face, and they remembered. Anyways, I should talk about my father's little dividend. So Elizabeth Taylor is married, and she's already having marital problems, which is like life imitates art. Yeah, no. He wanted to work for the Drug Enforcement Agency, and he was high on drugs. He gave Nixon a pistol as a gift, and Nixon wanted to get the young vote, so they had a good photo op of him shaking hands with Tricky Dick, also known as Richard Nixon. Anyways, I'm impressed that you kind of know the story behind it. Not too many people know that. I didn't know it until my coworker told me about it. It was funny. I guess he had stayed up all night, and the next day he just decided he wanted to be a drug enforcement officer. So he goes to the White House to ask for a job, and Nixon says, "Oh, come over here for a photo op." Too funny. Anyways, I never knew the story behind that until years later, after we went to the Elvis Museum, saw that photo. Very famous photo of Nixon and Elvis shaking hands. But father's little dividend. And this one, Elizabeth Taylor gets pregos, and she's going to have a baby. So the two families are like fighting each other over what name to call the boy, and they want it to be a boy, not a girl. And Elizabeth Taylor's fed up with both of them. She even breaks up with her husband. She thinks her husband is cheating on her. It's kind of a foretelling of the future in her own personal life. And so they separate, but then they get back together the same night. There are a lot of scenes like that in both movies, I think. There are a couple of scenes like that. She spends the night at her parents' house. And then 6 months roll around, and the baby absolutely hates Spencer Tracy. Who's quite funny in this, as I mentioned, but funnier than Joan Bennett, although she's driving around crazy in the car when she thinks the baby's going to arrive any minute. She starts driving crazy to the hospital. That was pretty funny. But I think Stanley, played by Spencer Tracy, was funnier in the car when that happened. It was just funny watching her drive around. So the baby doesn't take too kindly to Spencer Tracy at first. He's crying all the time, and then he takes the baby out for a walk. I guess Elizabeth Taylor has to go to Chicago. Funny you mentioned Chicago. Overalong shirts. But that's pretty funny. Rambo Raff for life. I take it you don't like Rambo Raff for life. I got into a spat with him on the Total Recall remake, but I told you that story 1,000 times. He didn't like me right off the bat. He wanted to remove my comment off this channel. I said, okay, fine. Whatever, dude. It's just constructive criticism. It's just my own opinion. It's not like I'm telling you you're stupid or something. Even though you are. All right. So where was I? Yeah. It sounds like he's whining a lot about what he said about stuff that's not important. That's what I didn't like about his videos. Anyways, father's little dividend. So the kid doesn't like Spencer Tracy at first, and then he takes him out on a walk, and he goes playing soccer with these kids, and the baby carriage disappears mysteriously, ends up at the police station, and so Spencer Tracy just happens to go there where the baby is, and they start bonding. The ending was pretty decent. I thought it was somewhat enjoyable. It wasn't too long. Only an hour and 22 minutes, which is not too bad. But these this series from 1951, 1952 with the same actors essentially is gets a high rating. Gets high ratings on IMDb. Father of the Bride, 7.2 out of 10. I mean, they're funny at times, but they're not great. Like the Marx Brothers duck soup that had me on the floor laughing. Okay, throughout the entire movie. Okay, so Father's Little Dividend is rated a little bit lower, 6.5 out of 10. I thought it was about the same. Oh, here we go. Naked HD XYZ. Online strips without clothing. I better get rid of this stuff. That's the second time today I've seen that. I don't know who's sending this. It's some kind of pornography bot, right? Somebody's trolling my channel and I can't get rid of them no matter how many times I report them to YouTube. Yeah, Karate Man says there's a troll. Yeah, that's right. Every single video, I get this troll in my chat room. But good luck with your trip to the United States. Nice chatting with you. I guess I'll watch Flying Deuces next. Jerk off. ADV? Wet girls are here? What the hell? Go away, please. I think I'll wrap up this video so I don't want to get any more. Oh my gosh. I just got 3 more.
I think when you remove them, it adds more.
Oh, really? I'm reporting every single one to YouTube, and then nothing happens. YouTube fell asleep. Sleeping at the wheel, man. Oh my god. Well, nice chatting with you, Karate Man. I'm surprised you didn't give me any movie recommendations. I'm going to wrap this up before I get any more of these spam bot chats later.